Welcome back to another episode of Wristwatch Overhauling. First of all, I want to thank all 200 new subscribers. We've hit 200 in such a short amount of time. Also, don't forget to catch me on all social media at Watch Overhauling. Let's get into today's episode. Okay, I know we've talked a lot about Bergeon in the past videos. Today we're going to start talking about some new brands. This is Horotec, and this is another very reputable high-end brand for watchmaking. And this is the Horotec Watch Hand Installing and Fitting Tools, and it's a set of 4. There are typically 2 types of hand installing tools. There's the press style, and then of course these, which are the hand press style. So I chose to go with the hand press style. I just felt like I'd have a little bit more control, and plus it felt like you got a little bit more bang for your buck when you buy a set of these. These Horotec have a plastic tip with a hole. That gives you the ability to press the hands down without damaging anything, scratching up the dial or even the hands. This set gave me a good variety of sizes. We have the 0.5 millimeter on one side and a 1 millimeter on another side. We also have a 1.5 millimeter and a 2 millimeter on the other side. Then there's the smaller sizes of a 0.65 millimeter and a 1.1 millimeter. And then there's a nice one that has a 0.8 millimeter. And then on the other side, there's no hole with a 3.5 millimeter solid end. I just love the way these feel too. It's a solid aluminum body, very nice grip. Gives you the ability to press down on the hands without damaging them and give you a nice even press along the whole entire hand. The red anodized finish, I think, is just wonderful. And the overall length is 4.5 inches. So they fit perfectly in your hand and will do a great job, I think. Okay, since we were talking about putting watch hands back on, let's talk about taking watch hands off. After doing a bunch of research, I decided to go with these Horotec Professional Swiss Watch Tool Hand Levers, and these are the 2.5 millimeter. They come in a couple different sizes, but I decided to go with what would be considered the medium size. And once again, Horotec is one of the top quality tool makers out there. These levers have super polished steel tips, and what that does for you is it allows you to remove watch hands without risking damage or scratching the dial. It also comes with 2 dial protectors to prevent any scratches or marring of the watch dial. All right, so the way these work is basically there are 2 levers that you can slide up underneath the watch hands, and using leverage, pop the hands directly off. The other style of hand removers out there is the Presto style that looks like a set of nail clippers. After doing research, I decided to go with the lever tools instead of the other ones. Another very important yet often overlooked tool for a watchmaker is a microfiber cleaning cloth. This is the Bergeon 7875 microfiber cleaning cloth, and it's 120 millimeter square. If you watched my previous videos on all the Bergeon tools, I just forgot to throw this one in that video, so I put it in here. And man, these are extra soft, perfect for cleaning your watch or even tools, making sure everything stays clean. Great item. Okay, the next big thing we're going to talk about is tweezers. And when you go with tweezers, I got to go with Dumont. I decided to go with 9 different sets of tweezers for many different reasons. Let's take a look at all of them. We'll go into each one individually. Comment below. Let me know what your favorite set of tweezers are. So these are the Dumont wood tip tweezers, and these things are super awesome. The best part about them is they won't scratch or mar any of your surfaces, so great for picking up watch hands especially. Another good use for these is dials, picking up dials, so that way the tweezers don't scratch the face of a dial, especially if it's a vintage type watch. And what's also nice is that they sell the wood tips as replacements, so that way if you were to ever damage any of the wood tips, you can simply replace just the tips instead of the whole tweezers. All right, in these next set of tweezers, this is going to be the Dumont A HP stainless steel tweezers. And these are going to be a perfect, just general use work tweezer, probably the ones that I'll use the most. They got a nice durable, sturdy tip. And since they're stainless steel, they're resistant to corrosion or rust. And it seems like these are going to be a really good workhorse tweezer. This next set of tweezers is the Dumont H stainless steel tweezers. The H tweezers are a short, stubby, wide shank tweezers and are very strong for a good strong grip on an object. And these tweezers feature tips that are harder than the anti-magnetic stainless steel, but softer than the carbon tweezers. All right, and speaking of magnetism, these right here are the Dumont number OC tweezers, and they're a high-tech stainless steel anti-magnetic tweezers. These tweezers feature a very fine point that measure 0.10 millimeters, which will be perfect for the really fine work under a microscope, picking up very, very, very tiny screws. And this is another very short, stubby type of tweezers. It measures only 100 millimeters long. So perfect for nice small work. And next up is the Dumont number 5-45 HP anti-magnetic stainless steel tweezers. These feature a 45-degree angle. The nice thing about the 45-degree angle, too, is you can use them in both directions. If you need a very fine point to pick up something and reach down into something, you can do that with these tweezers. And made in Switzerland, as usual with the Dumonts. Most of the time they say these are great used for hairsprings. And that is the Dumont number 5 45-degree. This next set is the number 5A. I assume the A stands for angle, but it's a great choice for handling very small, delicate parts, as the tip is very, very small as well, also including hairsprings with this as well. I just really like the angle of these. It just feels like it's going to be very comfortable to work with these. And those are the 5A. These next Dumont tweezers are really nice too. This is the Dumont number 5. It's a high-tech stainless steel tweezer. And these are also anti-magnetic. The tip measures 0.01 millimeters on these as well. Just a nice, very fine head tweezer. And these are similar to the number 4 pattern tweezers. They have a very narrow needle-like tip. This will be good for having to reach into things, maybe reaching into the movement to grab a very tiny screw. Okay, when I was doing research on tweezers, specifically the Dumonts, just about everyone said that you got to have the number 2 Dumont tweezers. It's another great general workhorse tweezer, similar to the H that I showed earlier. Just a wonderful pair that you're probably going to use the majority of the time. It's not really a very specific type of tweezer, but just great tip, nice length, works wonders. So this is the Dumont No. 2 EQ stainless anti-magnetic tweezers. All right, last but not least is the Dumont No. 7B. It's a stainless steel serrated tip tweezers. So this is going to be more of a heavy duty tweezer that if you need to really put some pressure on something, the serrated tips are going to have a good grip on whatever it is that you're working on. And also if you need to, you can also turn it around, get a little bit more detailed work on. Let's say you need to work down in something. You can reach down in there with these tweezers. So that's the tweezers that I chose so far to work with, and I'm sure we'll get a lot of good use out of them, probably some more than others. I hear that a lot, but I'd rather be prepared and have the good stuff than not when it comes down to it. So when you buy a bunch of tweezers, you obviously need something to hold it. And this is the wood tweezer stand, and it holds 8 tweezers. Of course, I put the 9th one right there in the front with the wood tipped. I particularly like this one because it has 2 tiers. I put my taller ones in the back, shorter ones in the front. And this one measures 6 inches wide, 6 inches high, and 3 inches deep. I think it's perfect for the tweezers that I have. Should come in handy. All right, so that's it for today of my tools that I'm gathering to work on watches. I appreciate you watching, and be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.